This is a breaking update. The global internet outage has triggered chaos in the streets as emergency services struggle to cope.
Do you even remember the last time you went a whole day without looking at a screen? I bet it hasn't happened in years. And honestly, same here, because the internet is the foundation of the modern world. But in this video, let's set a rule. The internet disappears for 1 whole month. You're probably thinking it would be easy, maybe even peaceful, something you've secretly wanted for a long time. But I'm willing to bet that by tomorrow, you'd already be dying of boredom, not knowing what to do with yourself. The real question is, how would business, your life, and the entire world change without the internet? Let's find out. It's hard to imagine life without the internet. We work on it, shop on it, fight on it, fall in love on it, sometimes all in the same day. The entire system we've built around ourselves, from food delivery to global finance, runs through invisible wires. So what would actually happen if, starting tomorrow, the internet just stopped working? Not a glitch, not a power outage, a complete shutdown. 1 month offline. At first, most people wouldn't panic. You'd probably think it's your Wi-Fi again. You'd restart the router, curse your provider, and wait for those little bars to light up. But they won't. By the end of the first day, confusion spreads. People can't reach customer support because, well, support is online. And that's when everyone realizes this isn't a problem you can Google your way out of. People would laugh. Finally, a digital detox. Yeah, sure. Until you realize that your job is online, your money is online, your food delivery app is online, and the only thing still working is your neighbor's Bluetooth speaker that won't stop blasting 2009 hits. By the first evening, confusion turns into mild panic. Banks can't process payments because transactions run through the web. Flights start getting delayed since air traffic systems rely on digital data transfer. Even factories slow down production lines or automated through online servers. Within 48 hours, everything from global trade to your grocery list just stops. We wouldn't even be able to go to work because all office jobs would completely stop. And as for online work, well, forget about it. Unless, of course, you work at a local market selling fruits and vegetables. In that case, sorry, but you're still going. But the bigger issue isn't money, it's information. Without the web, we lose coordination. Emergency services would still function, but much slower. Hospitals depend on online databases for records, prescriptions, and communication. Governments rely on digital systems for infrastructure and logistics. Within a week, the global flow of data, the invisible current that keeps everything synchronized, would break apart. And then comes the social side of it. The internet isn't just technology, it's a part of who we are. Millions of people build their confidence and identity around likes, comments, and followers. Without that, it all disappears in one night. No audience, no attention, no reason to post. For many, it would feel like they suddenly stopped existing. The ones who'd handle it best are people who remember life before all this, when you had to actually call someone to talk or use a paper map to find your way. But for younger generations, it would be much harder. Even a few days without the internet makes people anxious and bored. Now imagine an entire month of that. Week 2 feels different. Not catastrophic, just eerily still. Humanity starts to look disconnected in the most literal way. We've spent decades building a global village, but without the web, it turns back into thousands of isolated towns with no way to talk to each other. And then, the weird part. Life adapts. Slowly. People start forming local networks again. Paper posters, word of mouth, even community radios come back. The older generation dusts off fax machines like it's 1995, and Gen Z learns how to use paper maps with mixed results. But as the weeks go by, it becomes obvious the world isn't just offline. It's completely stuck. Without the flow of information, businesses can't grow. Scientists can't keep working, and countries can't make big decisions. The internet didn't just connect us, it pushed everything forward. Without it, progress stops. Science, trade, culture, all frozen in place. The 21st century suddenly turns into a museum. By week 4, even the biggest optimists give up pretending it's fine. The global economy has flatlined. Millions are unemployed. Hospitals are overworked because record systems failed. The stock market? Irrelevant. There is no market without connection. And for the first time in modern history, the world moves backward. Not metaphorically, but literally. Then one morning, a light blinks on a modem somewhere. One tiny signal appears. And just like that, it's back. Devices reconnect, screens flash to life, notifications flood in, billions of unread messages, thousands of lost transactions, millions of frozen accounts, all trying to catch up at once. The world celebrates, but not for long. After 30 days of silence, all the notifications, messages, and updates feel too loud. Everyone jumps back online, posting and sharing like crazy, almost as if they want to forget that for a whole month, they lived without it. That's the real point. We didn't just lose the internet. We lost our rhythm. Life stopped moving. We're so used to seeing something happening every second that when it all went quiet, it felt like the world stopped. The internet didn't just connect us, it kept everything moving. So, what do you think? Could you and the whole of humanity actually survive a month without the internet? I'll be waiting for your answer in the comments.